Let's get right to tonight's scouting report with assistant coach Chris Burgess, who was with Blaine Fowler.
With assistant coach Chris Burgess. Chris, give us a 30-minute scouting report on this West Virginia team.
Look, they got Javon Small. He's the head of the snake for them offensively. They're very, very good defensively. It's kind of where they've been hanging their hat on, especially with the coach's son being injured. But they take away the threes. They guard the threes. They're one of the best in our conference at three-point defense, right? And obviously, you know, it's something that we take a ton of pride in, is trying to find great shots from the perimeter by attacking the paint. So at the end of the day, we got to handle Javon Small. We just do. We have to contain him.
Javon Small's back at their place only got 4 shot attempts and only scored 9 points. And this is a guy that's had 7 20-plus point games in league play this year. What can you learn from what you did there that you can apply here tonight?
You know what? I thought our guys did a really good job of corralling him. You know, of course, Mag and Trey kind of spent the most time on him. But it was all 5 guys, kind of, you know, those guys, you know, off the ball too, in the gaps, you know, so he was seeing bodies and 2 guys at all times. Look, that's a really good coach down there. It's a really good team. They're fighting for an NCAA tournament bid, so they'll make adjustments, and we got to be ready to make some on the fly as well. Just because, you know, a really good player, an all-conference player, right? He's gonna try to find some shots. He knows they need him offensively.
In this 5-game streak, you guys have been on a scoring tirade, and you played a couple of really good defensive teams. Arizona, Kansas, very good defensive teams, but they play with pace. So now here comes West Virginia tonight. They're also outstanding defensively, but they want to slow it down. How do you manage the tempo in this game?
Look, it's something we do every single day. We talk about pace in the open court. We got to rebound the ball. We got to get stops. We got to kick ahead. If they're going to take away our early kick aheads, then we got to be able to, you know, slot drive and grab and go. We have to sprint to the corners, right? We have to impose our will with our pace. We're in the altitude. We're home. It's what we want to do. And so we talk about forcing pace early. And then look, you know, whatever the tempo is, whatever the identity of the game is, we'll figure it out. But at the end of the day, like, we want to start this game up by running.
That's a good thing, in this building especially, right? So this streak of 5 games started on the road at West Virginia, and now it's full circle. They're back here in your building. How do you coach and manage through success? That's a very different thing that you have to coach with, but 5-game win streak, how have you guys managed that mindset? I
mean, you try to, first of all, why are you having success? Let's watch it. Let's continue it. Even in your wins, you can learn a lot. There's teaching moments in your wins. And so not being complacent in terms of like, oh, everything was great because we won, but trying to find, you know, those pockets throughout the game that we can get better at. And I think our guys have done that, right? Like, I think that our guys have kind of like answered the bell in terms of what the identity of the game is. Kansas, right? We guarded them. And then Arizona, it was like, you know, we won and they scored over 90 points. And then, you know, we go to ASU and they score over 80, so it had a little bit of a different identity. The biggest thing is for our guys to do what we do well, right? Do what we do well and not, you know, not get away from that.
So last question, if you had to pick one key, the one thing that you need to do well to come out with a victory tonight, and we'll finish with this, what do they need to do tonight?
Play with pace. Play with pace. We have to. It's our identity. It's where we get open shots, where we get great shots. You know, if we try to make it in the half court, if we don't play with pace and we make this a half court game offensively, that's where you can defend the 3. That's where they do a good job keeping guys off the glass. But if you can play in the open court, get early paint touches, early transition threes, that's when the offensive rebounds open up. That's when the crowd get going. That's when we're at our best.
Okay, we'll watch for that. Play with pace is the key. We appreciate it, Chris. Thanks. Good luck.